Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hello, my name is Adam Fainman, also known as Beatox. I was born and raised in Toronto, and I've lived in Winnipeg now for about 10 years, so I would call them both home. And with the name of Beatox, it's a combination of beatboxing and making the beat talk. Making the beat talk is basically adding lyricism and rap over beatboxing and beats. So kind of taking the beat with beatboxing and then making it talk with lyrics and storytelling abilities, basically.
And my days are looming, yeah, my days are looming. You embrace the movement, get your waist to groove.
Not a musician. Like my mom is a musician, so like as a kid I remember like hearing her music and thinking it wasn't cool and being like, oh, like stop that. And I don't know if I knew what I wanted to be, but I remember like finding that I didn't think music was going to be my main goal. And now here, since being in Winnipeg, I don't know if I'm going to be a musician, but I definitely would say that music is now like the core focus of what I do. So like with the visual production and stuff, it's kind of geared towards music. As a beatboxer and as an MC, it's obviously around music. So I definitely think music has started to like take over as a priority of like what I want to do, and I don't think I thought that was ever going to happen as a kid. So I guess to answer the question, what did I think of, what did I want to be as a kid? I don't know, maybe I was really into soccer, so maybe a professional soccer player, which is kind of random. And I was always good at math, so just like probably more into like the science math realm. I don't know. Didn't think that far ahead.
So many ways.
My musical influences, I guess it started with getting a Tribe Called Quest CD, that and Sly and the Family Stone. So the combination of sort of live funk and jazzy, sort of jazzy stuff. And then with Tribe Called Quest, obviously, we got great production and good lyricism. So that's kind of what I started with. And then since then, all sorts of stuff, Ninth Wonder. More recently, I've been listening to a lot of Anderson .Paak, so I think that combination of kind of MPC beats with live musicians, that's kind of at least the direction I'm kind of going, and inspired by.
Trying to plant a garden, but she's holding a vase. It wouldn't stop sobbing. I hope it's a phase, cause pretty soon I will be gone and then might open the case.
Process, they're always so different. Like sometimes I'll just throw on a beat, just instrumental, and just let either the song title on SoundCloud or something evoke some type of like feeling or wordplay. So I could just start writing stories and stuff to beats. Sometimes now, at least since beatboxing's become way more prominent in my life, I'll sort of start with like, I'll be driving around a lot and just going on like, and just whatever type of melody comes into my brain, quickly record it on my phone, then sit at home and be like, okay, what was I feeling there? What kind of situation? And kind of build that way. Another way now is like with playing with musicians, I'll say, hey, look, I got some bars here or a type of feeling, and see what they can do. So there isn't like one set process. There's like totally different types of things I've been finding as I go along. Worst criticism about my music? Probably be from me, and I think I just need to get way better at writing. I think my storytelling needs to expand, and I think I need to start touching more on. My grandma just said actually the other day, she's really big into politics, and she's like, I gotta get you into politics, I gotta get you into politics. And I'm a bit on the fence with it, but she might have a point that I need to like start looking more into politics and maybe rapping about just more political things, or just maybe just kind of taking things to maybe a deeper level and stuff that's maybe more relatable. Because I think I'm still on that zone where I'm rapping about my experiences and like telling my story and seeing things through my perspective, but I think as an artist I need to grow and see other people's perspectives and really start to tell stories that can like, not only people can relate to, but it can like invoke a stronger mindset or just more knowledge, I don't know, like more philosophical or just something just that's even more thought-provoking, that's just really sophisticated stuff that takes people to a new place they've never been before. And I think I'm still trying to work on that.
So let's play some music.
Surprisingly, yes. I was like super secretive about it back. Like I started getting into music maybe 5 or 6, even more, maybe 6 years ago, let's say. Like really like performing, writing, and like kind of like doing it a lot. And I was super secretive about it. I also felt like my lyrics in general too were pretty not parent friendly. So I kind of kept it hidden for a long time. And then eventually for my CD release last year, I finally was like, you know what, I'm playing with musicians. So I felt like they were maybe like gonna be cool with that. And when I had my release, it like sold out and it was just nuts. I couldn't have asked for a better show. So they were there for that. And that was the very first time they saw me perform. And they were like so ecstatic and like came backstage after and like were just so supportive. And I was like kind of overwhelmed. And so I would say that they are quite supportive, yeah. And my mom being a musician, understandably, but you just never know. Like, you just never know with your parents, right? So it's, yeah, I would say so.
There's no time I can waste.
Last place I traveled to, Portland, which was amazing actually. Cool story? Can I say a cool story? Okay. So when I was in Portland, I got to record at a recording studio, and the engineer was the same engineer that produced Rahzel. So I didn't know that going in. So when I went in, and I knew he had done like Tech Nine and some other big names like A$AP Rock. So I was like, okay, this guy's like a bit of a heavy hitter. And when I went in, I did some beatboxing, laid it down, went into the studio, and I was like a little nervous. I was like, you know, did this guy like it? And he said, do you know Rahzel? And I was like, of course I know Rahzel. And he's like, well, I recorded his first CD, and he said that my scratching, like he said that was a lot tighter than his. So I was like, yes. So that was really cool. And yeah, so that was my most recent trip, was Portland.
On the way into a private town, it's in my mind so quiet.
I think the music scene is sweet here. I think the whole arts community here is like really strong. I wish there was a bit of a stronger presence in the hip hop, funky, soul-y, jazzy scene. I mean, I'm obviously a little biased, but I think in general though, like with all the venues around the city, and generally I find that people are always really hyped when there's good music. So I think the scene is really good. I'm just biased towards a certain kind of pocket of music that I think should be a little stronger in this prairie land.
Or collision. I didn't think it would break. One thing is for certain, we all make mistakes.
Happiness, just like being pleased with like nothing materialistic, just like feeling content, waking up and being like, I'm doing what I love, and being like really driven and passionate towards whatever it is you're doing, whether it's music or just anything. Just, I think that would be being what you love. Right?